Philadelphia Soul took control early and outscored the San Antonio Talons 28-0 in the first quarter. Plenty of forced turnovers and offensive balance produced a 76-40 win on Sunday night. Tonight, we'll talk to assistant head coach Phil Vogel and wide receiver Tiger Jones about the game. Jaws will be back to talk some football. Vinny the Crumb will be back as always. And I've got an axe to grind with a certain member of the Phillies. I'm Rhea Hughes. The Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore, is next. Soul jumped out to an early lead, 28-0 after the first quarter, and never looked back en route to a blowout of San Antonio, improving to 5-0 at home. Check out the highlights.
As it often does, the game begins with Dan Rodabaugh finding Tiger Jones for the game's first score. Rodabaugh, in fact, would complete all but 3 of 17 throws. 17 is a low number in arena ball. Why? Because some very unusual things began to happen right away. On the Talons' second play, Shane Brody gets his first completion, but it's to the Soul's ball hawk Rayshon Kaiser, who scores, and it's 14-0 Philly after just 2.5 minutes. Not done. Carlos Martinez kicks off, high off the rebound net, and collected by the Soul's Joe Gooseby for another Soul touchdown. 3 plays, 3 scores, 21-0 Soul. Not done. The Talons handle the next kick, but on their next play, Gooseby blows up the runner, and the Soul's James Romaine has the ball at the San Antonio 9.
Fumble. A disastrous start for San Antonio.
It takes the Soul 2 plays before Tiger Jones rumbles in. 28-0 Soul on 3 total offensive plays. San Antonio with just 3 of their own, but with 3 turnovers.
We may have a lot of opportunities to watch Tiger Jones and his celebration.
Now the Talons manage 7 plays before facing a 4th down and failing. So count that as another turnover.
Kaiser in coverage, and it's incomplete, a turnover on downs.
And on the first play after that, and of the second quarter, Soul scores again. 4 ticks into the second, Soul 35, San Antonio, nothing. On the last play of the first half, Rodabaugh hits Vakean Lacey with no time left on the clock to finish the half. Soul 55, Talons 20. The second half starts like the first, with Larico Stevenson's turn to grab another turnover.
Off the screen, intercepted. Larico Stevenson doing it all himself.
Rodabaugh promptly turns it into a 35-yard hook up for an Emery Salmon score. 62-20 Soul, just 5 minutes into the second half.
35 yards and a flip.
Dan would play just one more series at quarterback, and by the time we reached the final quarter, the final outcome was certain, and backup Brian Randall would get in on the fun, finishing the way it started, hitting Tiger Jones in the end zone. In a blowout even more lopsided than the score, the Soul win 76-40.
Joining me now is Soul President Ron Jaworski. Now, Ron, you've been outspoken in this year's draft, not one of Johnny Manziel's biggest fans as an NFL prospect. Care to elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, first of all, Rhea, I'm a big Johnny Manziel fan as far as the collegiate game goes. You know, he was one of the most exciting players ever to play collegiate football. But when I look at the tape and study Johnny Manziel, through the prism I see NFL quarterbacks, I don't see his style projecting well to the National Football League. Yes, the excitement is there. The productivity is there at the collegiate level and his career at Texas A&M. But I like my quarterbacks big and strong, be able to stand in the pocket and take the beating that NFL quarterbacks have to take. And an under 6 foot and 207 pounds, I don't see Johnny Manziel being able to take the beating that you have to take week in and week out in the National Football League. There's a certain style you have to play with at the NFL level that is not the style that Johnny Manziel played with at Texas A&M. So there's going to have to be some growth in his game if he's going to be efficient and successful at the NFL level.
All right, Ron, well, let me ask you this. If you had the chance to grab Manziel or, say, Tim Tebow? What would it take to turn one or both into a successful arena football quarterback?
Yeah, I think if I had the opportunity, and everyone knows that I did reach out to Tim Tebow to check on his availability, if he has an interest in playing in the Arena Football League, and he chose not to. He's going to move on with his broadcast career with ESPN and the SEC network. But I think somewhere down the road, there may be an opportunity if Manziel doesn't succeed in the National Football League to be an Arena Football League quarterback. Now, I know his mindset is to be a great NFL quarterback. We'll see if as time moves on, if he can achieve that goal. But certainly, a guy like Johnny Manziel would have success at the Arena League level. He's a runaround guy that can make plays outside the pocket. He would certainly have to improve his quick twitch ability to play at the Arena Football League level because it is a quick twitch game at the quarterback position.
All right, Ron, everybody wants to know, what is your assessment of how the Eagles did in the draft?
Yeah, I think the Eagles once again had a very solid draft. I think they reached a little bit, in Marquise Smith, the first-round pick, but I still think he's going to be a tremendous player. I just thought it was a little bit high to reach for Marcus Smith. Most of the teams that I had spoken to, the tape study that I had done, I did not see him as a first-round pick, but he'll be a quality player. I think Jordan Matthews, the wide receiver out of Vanderbilt, will be an outstanding NFL player. When you're big, you're strong, and fast, and catch the football like he can, that's an added incentive. And the fact that he can also accept coaching. Everything you hear about Jordan Matthews is the way he accepts coaching, and that's the key to the NFL. You have to play with intelligence as well as great athletic ability. So when you put it all together, the draft the Eagles had, I think it was rock solid. But again, you never know for 3 years when you're drafting young, inexperienced players from the college ranks.
All right, thanks, Jaws.
All right, thanks, Rhea.
Next week, the Soul will hit the road and take on the Tampa Bay Storm for the third time this season. Game will kick off June 7th at 5 p.m. Then the Soul return to the Wells Fargo Center on Saturday, June 14th at 6:05 p.m. as the Soul battle in-state and division rival, the Pittsburgh Power, as the Soul continue their playoff push. It's also Zumba night, and the first 3,000 fans receive a Soul water bottle. Find out how you can be part of Philadelphia's largest Zumba class by calling 888-789-SOUL or go to PhiladelphiaSoul.com. After the break, we'll talk to assistant head coach Phil Bogle, and we'll chat with Tiger Jones, too, when we return to the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore.
The Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore, is sponsored by Pro Systems. Pro Systems Audio, one of Philadelphia's finest audio, video, and lighting contracting firms. By Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy. And by the Judge Group and Judge Unified Communications, designing, developing, deploying, and managing advanced technologies for clients across the globe.
Scott, he's doing a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
Which car company is #1 in customer loyalty? Hyundai. And which car has more horsepower and more front legroom? The Elantra. The others are simply playing catch-up. The satisfaction of the Elantra. The power of America's best warranty. Right now, lease a new 2014 Elantra for just $149 a month. But don't delay. Get to your local Hyundai dealer today, because this event ends June 2nd.
Ready for a little fun? You could scratch your way to instant winning. Play the Pennsylvania Lottery's new instant game, $1,000 Frenzy, with 8 top prizes of $300,000. It's kind of fun to make a splash. Keep on scratching.
Here's the Colonial Marble rock-solid player of the game.
Rodman with time, looking deep. Tiger Jones went right past Joe Lopez. 31 yards and his third score.
And we want to welcome in the Colonial Marble rock solid player of the game, Tiger Jones. Tiger, welcome back to Soul Insider.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you guys, I think, when I'm watching the game last night and you jumped out to a 28-0 lead, you had 2 of the touchdowns that helped the Soul jump out to that big lead. I thought, well, the Soul, they're definitely taking out their loss to Cleveland on San Antonio. Is that kind of how you guys looked at it?
I mean, I guess if you want to look at it like that, but we tried to put the Cleveland loss behind us and move forward, and I think we focused on that throughout the week. Just trying to play the best ball that we can play, no matter who we're playing against. We feel like if we can play our best as a unit, the wins and losses, everything will take care of itself.
You had 7 catches, 118 yards, 4 touchdowns overall. Did you feel any added pressure just because you were without Ryan McDaniel again, that you had to just contribute? I mean, you always contribute, but that you had to do a little bit more with him being out again?
I just wanted to come out and focus on my game and trying to be a catalyst for this team and come out and start fast and finish fast. And I think that we communicated well throughout the game and had a couple of new guys in new positions, and I think that we pretty much did a good job.
And one of the things that I know, talking to Coach Clint Dozell last week, he said when you guys got out to that huge start, you got off to a pretty good start against Cleveland as well. Was the biggest thing finishing and not saying, not taking your foot off the gas pedal at all against San Antonio? And
that's just it. Coming out, like I said, starting fast and not taking the foot off the gas pedal. Not relaxing when we have a lead and just continuing to fight throughout the whole game, 60 minutes, all 3 phases, and we did a pretty good job of that last night. Do you like it when you can get to the fourth quarter and the quarter, your starting quarterback can kind of take a little bit of time off? You've done your job because you guys kind of can just hand it over to your backup, and you're getting out of there with a win. Yeah, it's always great to get Randall. He works hard all the time, and he came in and dropped a couple dimes, and it was fun to get out there with him and throw it around a little bit. Do you always like that seeing that because, a guy who works so hard in practice, maybe, because Dan is so good, doesn't get in as much. It's kind of fun for you guys? That's right, and he's out there having fun with us the whole time, and he's a great guy, and I just love playing with him. What do you guys have to do against Tampa to try and get that second win on the road and obviously, keep it in playoff mode? Have to play our football, our brand of football, and that's attack mode, 60 minutes, 4 quarters, not looking back, and just go out there and do it. All right, Tiger. Well, good luck next week against Tampa, and thanks for joining us on Soul Insider. Thank you. Joining me now is assistant head coach Phil Bogle. Phil, welcome back to Soul Insider. Always good to be here. Always good to be coming off a huge win, too, 76-40 over San Antonio. You're 5-0 at home. What's been the biggest difference for you guys at home? It's a level of comfort, playing at home, no road trips, no bus trips or flights. I think guys are just happy to be, comfortable sleeping in their own beds and playing in front of our own crowd. You're also, the line coach for the offensive defense, and Dan Rodabaugh, who had a terrific game, actually, didn't have to play part of the fourth quarter, said that his protection was really solid this game, and he felt really comfortable back there. What were they doing, or what were they able to do against San Antonio that gave him that comfort level? Just keep their guys off. Our motto is, get to their quarterback and protect ours. And, we have a great group of guys. We've really improved from week 1 to now to where I really believe that we have the best offense and defensive line in the league. Well, and that's a veteran offensive line that they had, and you guys were able to get to them. In fact, the defense shut them out 28-0 in the first quarter. What were you guys doing? We were just playing fast. We wanted to come out. We wanted to set the tempo early and obviously finish the game. But we started out fast. We made some plays, and it turned out well for us. Was there anything about, coming off the Cleveland game where you guys had that in your grasp and you had to kind of let it, sit with you for a real long week? Played on a Friday, didn't play again until a Sunday. Did you take it out on San Antonio a little bit? Somebody kind of had to pay for that a little bit. But no, the guys definitely used that as motivation. We couldn't wait to get back on the field just to get that taste out of our mouths. All right, now looking ahead, you've got Tampa. You're 1-1 against them so far this season. What do you guys have to do to kind of keep this thing rolling? Tampa possesses a good pass rush, so I think if we eliminate that, which we have a good offensive line. So I think we can do that to neutralize them and just protect the football with not turning it over, and I think we'll be successful.
One other thing I do want to mention is Derek Ross continues to just, set records, and your line obviously is a big part of that. And it's not like it's amazing because the running back is not a huge part of the arena game. How important is he to you, and how much does the line look to him to deliver?
Well, people always just look to the running aspect of Derek, but Derek has really improved in his pass protection game. And, we pass the ball a lot more than we do run, and he's really, really stepped up, and he's really been a key role in our pass protection, which opens it up easily for the run game.
All right, we want to thank assistant head coach Phil Bogle for being our guest on Soul Insider. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks for having me.
The Soul returned to the Wells Fargo Center on Saturday, June 14th at 6:05 p.m. as the Soul battle in-state and division rival, the Pittsburgh Power. Get your family 4-pack now. That's 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns for as low as $68. Call 888-789-SOUL or go to PhiladelphiaSoul.com. After the break, it's another edition of Vinny's Crumbs when we return to the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore.
How can the Judge Group help your business? By providing you with effective business technology solutions. By recruiting the finest personnel to meet your unique business needs. By providing corporate training, learning, and performance support solutions. And unified communications, voice and video system design and engineering. With over 30 offices in the U.S., Canada, and Asia, the Judge Group, a global leader in professional services since 1970.
No one else can do what Colonial Marble and Granite can do. We've revolutionized the way you buy your granite countertops. Colonial Marble and Granite, the nation's leading granite countertop fabricator. Visit our King of Prussia showroom today and see how easy, beautiful, and affordable your countertops can be. Professional, courteous service, unbeatable prices, just $19.99 installed. No one else can beat Colonial Marble and Granite. Visit us online at colonialmarble.net.
Which car company has the best warranty in America? Hyundai. And which crossover was named Cars.com's 2014 Family Car of the Year? The Santa Fe Sport. It's the one solid choice. The strength of the Santa Fe Sport. The power of America's best warranty. Now lease a new 2014 Santa Fe Sport for just $209 a month. But you'd better hurry to your local Hyundai dealer today because these great deals end June 2nd.
Hi, I'm Tony Mitchell, Brinker Simpson & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We offer comprehensive financial compliance and tax services. As Philadelphia's leading tax and advisory firm, we let our clients say it best.
Tony and his team at Brinker Simpson provided the expertise of a large accounting firm, but didn't forget their small business roots.
Brinker Simpson has a clear business vision that looks beyond spreadsheets and numbers and sees opportunities.
At Brinker Simpson, firm relationships build success.
And now, the stop pain stop of the game.
David Little and Doug Pierce joining the Talons offense in the receiving core. That pass tipped, intercepted. Rayshawn Kaiser right back.
My brother, not a sports fan, has many times asked me why I love baseball. Now, my usual response to him is, I've been watching baseball all my life, and invariably I will see something that I have never seen before in the game. Which brings me to Saturday's game between the Phillies and Mets. When I saw a player manage a game from the field. Bottom of the 8th inning, Phil's trailing 4-3. Ben Revere's on third, Chase Utley on first, 2 outs, Ryan Howard at the plate. David Wright was playing way off the line, so Utley began to motion to Revere to get a bigger lead. That way, if the ball gets away from the catcher, you could steal home. Utley, obviously doing his homework, as he always does, knew the pitcher had already had 5 wild pitches this season, and he continually kept trying to coach Revere from first base. Revere, however, appeared to ignore Utley. That is until he started chirping after the inning ended, with the Phils still down a run. Hey, Ben Revere, he's Chase Utley. You are not. Shut up and listen to Utley. You can't field, throw, run the bases properly, or bunt. You don't walk and you don't hit for power. You are a classic one-tool player. The only skill you have is speed, and Utley was begging you to get in prime position to use it. Chase Utley is a 5-time All-Star who's got a World Series ring. If he tells you to go sit in the stands, then you should probably go do it. And by the way, the Phillies kind of might want to check to see what their third base coach was doing then during all that. Maybe he was eating bonbons. Speaking of a man who seems to have eaten a lot of bonbons, we have Vinny the Crumb with Vinny's Crumbs.
Yo, it's Vinny the Crumb, and here's what I think. Listen, I got a question for you. Why is every Wawa parking lot like my buddy's row house backyard? And why is it that as soon as you pull into these shoeboxes, you immediately become a raving imbecile? What is wrong with you people? You're not even parallel parking, for God's sakes. All you have to do is get your bucket of bolts from the parking lot to the street. How did you get so freaking dumb from the time you left the house this morning until you got here? A freaking brain surgeon can pull into a Wawa parking lot, and inside of 2 seconds, he would need a dribble bit. And what makes a person think it's okay to just stop and sit in the middle of the entrance and then get mad when someone beeps at them because they're blocking the way? Who designed these parking lots? Cardiologists? Because that nonsense get my blood pressure up, man. Speaking of getting up, the Soul traveled to Tampa this week to take on the Storm, and I'd like to feel bad for them for being on the road, but there's worse places to be besides Tampa, like jail, the end of a buffet line, and a Wawa parking lot, you know? And 2 weeks ago when the Storm was in town, there were nothing but a drizzle as we pounded them 62-34, so this should be a walk on the beach, baby. Go Soul.
Vinny, true story. The last time I got into an actual accident in my car was 10 years ago. It was in a Wawa parking lot.
Unreal.
See? I kid you not. All right, Vinny the Crumb with Vinny's Crumbs, and we will catch up with you again next week. The Soul return to the Wells Fargo Center on Saturday, June 14th at 6:05 p.m. as the Soul battle in-state and division rival, the Pittsburgh Power. Get your Soul mini pack now. That's 1 ticket for 3 games, a hot dog, soda, and popcorn for each game, and a bobblehead doll for just $89. Get your choice of a Soul Man or Tiger Jones bobblehead package options. Call 888-789-SOUL or go to PhiladelphiaSoul.com. After the break, we'll look ahead to the next Soul game and some closing thoughts and words from you, the fans, when we return to the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore.
Bradford White Water Heaters. American made, American owned, built to be the best. Why would you buy any other brand? Visit BradfordWhite.com to find a contractor near you.
Scott, he do a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage. Because I still have my wife and I still have you.
Soul fans, here's your chance to win the ultimate tailgate prize package. The Soul and your neighborhood Walgreens has your chance to win. Every month, you can win a 50-inch flat-screen TV, Soul tailgate grill, table, chairs, and coolers. Plus, you and 10 of your friends get to go to a Soul game VIP style in an all-you-can-eat club box. Get to Walgreens now and visit the Soul Zone. A new winner is selected every month. Brought to you in part by Canada Dry, Smart Water, Good Health Natural, Utz, Red Bull, Stop Pain, Coca-Cola, and Peanut Chews. No purchase necessary. Please see website for complete rules and regulations.
It's the Hyundai Drive Your Way drive of the game.
Results in a 4th down interception. Radabach gets his first chance and has Emery Sammons all alone in the end zone. 35 yards and a flip.
Want to see me, boss? Tom, I just heard about this kid. Marky White, big guy, big fella. Love him. Love his style.
Well, he's good. He thinks...
Of course he's good. I'm interested in him, aren't I? We got to get this kid. Absolutely terrific hands. What a playmaker. We need size, Tom. Size counts.
Well, I agree. I think that...
Why do they even call it a red zone? It's not red at all. We should get it painted. Never mind that. Gotta love Philly steaks, Tom. Does Marky love a good cheesesteak?
I don't know.
He better. Kid's from LA. He better not be one of those SoCal vegetarians. Don't trust him. If he's catching the pigskin, then he better be eating pig.
Well, I can find out.
It's official. It's official. We got this, kid. A magic moment, Tom. Magic. How did the Drifter sing it?
You mean like the song?
This magic moment, so different and so new.
Is there anything else you needed?
I'm still hungry, Tom. Go get me some of those Chickies and Pete's crab fries. Crab fries. Crab fries. They don't have any crab in it. I want big crabs. I want the small crabs. I want fries around them. I want some biscuits and gravy. Got some of those potatoes. Whole potatoes, Tom.
Seoul actually did pick up Marquis White from the LA Kiss on May 14th. Last week, 3 catches for 33 yards at Marquis. It's never a bad thing when the boss includes you in a skit. All right, let's take a look at this week's questions from the fans. Jason Cherwansky. All right, last season, the Soul also started 5-5 and went on to win 7 straight. Do you think the Soul team has the same characteristics to do that again this year? Well, Jason, coaching staff is very confident in this team. They believe they have the talent, and the loss in Cleveland really snapped their heads straight, and they have a focused and hungry team. The big test is going to be in 2 weeks when Pittsburgh comes to town. If they can pull out a victory there, expectations should be high for this season to get on a roll. All right, Linda Johnson. I was at the Evesham Town Takeover last Friday, and it was a tremendous event. Kids got to interact and meet with all the Soul players, coaches, and the Soulmates. They were so accessible, and she wants to know if there'll be more of these events coming up. Well, Linda, yes. The Soul have 3 more Town Takeovers scheduled. 1 at Edgewater Park, New Jersey on June 12th, 1 at Ridley on June 20th, and 1 on July 19th. That location is to be determined. These are the kind of things are what is great about the Soul. If you're a fan, you'll have plenty of opportunities to meet everybody in the organization because everybody is accessible and fan-friendly. It is truly what makes the Soul special. And that'll do it for this week's show. Remember, next week, the Soul will hit the road and take on the Tampa Bay Storm for the 3rd time this season. The game will kick off June 7th at 5 p.m. Then the Soul return to the Wells Fargo Center on Saturday, June 14th at 6:05 p.m. as the Soul battle in-state and division rival, the Pittsburgh Power, as the Soul continue their playoff push. I'm Rhea Hughes, and thanks for watching the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore.
The Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore, is sponsored by Pro Systems, Pro Systems Audio, one of Philadelphia's finest audio, video, and lighting contracting firms. By Walgreens, Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy. And by the Judge Group and Judge Unified Communications, designing, developing, deploying, and managing advanced technologies for clients across the globe.